Chat GPT is an AI chatbot processing system that can understand the context of messages, generate coherent answers, translate text, write code, and so much more, guys. So we're going to use it to its best abilities and ask this chatbot how to play Dead by Daylight. Let's go.
Why?
Okay, the first and most important question, guys. How do you play Dead by Daylight? What does the AI say? Dead by Daylight is an online multiplayer survival horror game where you can either play as one of several survivors trying to escape a supernatural killer, or as the killer attempting to sacrifice as many survivors as possible. Here are the basic steps to playing Dead by Daylight. Choose a game mode. There are two main game modes in Dead by Daylight: Survivor and Killer. So far, so good. As a survivor, your goal is to escape the map by repairing generators and opening the exit gates. As a killer, your goal is to hunt down and sacrifice survivors before they can escape. You select the character. Before starting a game, you'll be asked to select the character. Each survivor and killer has unique abilities and perks that can help you in different ways. Guys, this AI, this chatbot, literally knows more about the game than half of the people that play the game.
You stupid.
They're not.
What's 9 plus 10?
21.
You stupid.
Start the game. Once you've chosen your game mode and character, the game will start. As a survivor, you'll need to explore the map and find items to repair generators. You can hide from the killer by hiding in lockers or under objects, but eventually the killer will find you. Okay, you don't actually hide under objects, but I get the point. Survive or kill. If you're playing as survivor, your goal is to escape the map. If you're playing as a killer, your goal is to catch and sacrifice as many survivors as possible. Repeat. Once the game is over, you'll be taken back to the main menu where you can start a new game or select a different game mode and character. Okay, so that was the first question. Kind of cool, kind of simple. Let's ask more questions about Dead by Daylight. Who is the best survivor in Dead by Daylight? Let's see what the chat says. All right. The best survivor in Dead by Daylight depends on the player's playstyle, the current meta, and the map being played on. There's no one universally best survivor. Wait, what? There is no one universally best survivor, as each survivor has their own strengths and weaknesses that can be exploited in different ways. Some popular survivors among players include Meg Thomas, Claudette, Dwight, Fairfield. Ultimately, the best survivor for a player is the one that they are most comfortable and confident playing as. Okay. Alright, that makes sense, because if you guys don't know, survivors are basically all different skins. Survivors play exactly the same. But there is one thing that I want to know, and I want to see if this chatbot knows the difference. And that is, which survivor... Okay, this is kind of like... if this chatbot can answer this question, that's going to be kind of crazy. Which survivor in DBD is more quiet? Is there any way that they can say who it is? Dead by Daylight survivors have different levels of noise they produce when performing actions such as running, repair generators, or healing. The survivors are generally considered to be quietest include Steve Harrington, Claudette, Nia Carlson. Okay, so no, see, you would think that Ace would be the #1 survivor here. But what does it say? Steve, he is known for his low noise when running and his ability to repair generators faster. Okay, that's not right. What? Claudette, she is known for her stealthy movement and ability to heal survivors without making much noise. Okay. Nia Carlson, and I'm guessing it's talking about the perks. Nia Carlson, she has a unique perk that allows her to move stealthily and avoid alerting the killer. So that's gotta be Urban Evasion. That's the one that it's talking about. It's worth noting that these survivors can still make noise when performing certain actions, and the killer can still hear them if they are close enough. In general, being quiet and avoiding making noise is an important aspect of playing as a survivor in Dead by Daylight. Still, that's kind of crazy. Alright guys, how do you flashlight save in Dead by Daylight? There's no way that this thing can answer that. That would be crazy. There's no way it knows. In Dead by Daylight, flashlight saving refers to a technique used by survivors to temporarily stun the killer and create an opportunity to escape. What? The basic idea is to use a flashlight to blind the killer, making them temporarily vulnerable to attack. Here's how you can perform a flashlight save. Acquire a flashlight, of course. You'll need to find the flashlight in the game world before you can use it to save yourself. Flashlights can be found scattered around the map or in chests. Wait for the killer to attack. Once you have a flashlight, wait for the killer to attack another survivor or approach you. When the killer is close, they will usually raise their weapon to attack. Use the flashlight when the killer is about to attack quickly. Aim the flashlight on their face and hold the trigger. The bright light will temporarily stun the killer, making them vulnerable to attack. I mean, the wording is kind of weird, but it does get the point, right? Attack the killer. While the killer is stunned, use the opportunity to attack them or escape. If you're able to land enough hits, you might be able to put the killer into the dying state.
That ain't right, man. Come on, man. This ain't right. Boo. Are you kidding me, man?
Oh my gosh! It thinks that you can put the killer into the dying state. That's hilarious. Allowing you to escape or revive other survivors. Note: flashlight saving is a risky technique and is not guaranteed to work every time. The killer can still recover quickly and attack you, so you need to be quick and precise to make it work. Okay, that note at the very end is probably the best answer that it gave out of all the flashlight save opinions that it had, out of all the tips that it had. That's funny, man. Okay, next question, guys. Who is the best killer in Dead by Daylight? As we know, the number one killer is the nurse, but let's see what the Chat GPT says. Let's go. Come on. The best killer in Dead by Daylight can vary depending on the player's playstyle and the map being played on. Of course, some popular killers among players include the nurse, okay, the hag, and the spirit. I would say that's, that's close. At least they're up there, A tier, S tier. Each killer has their own strengths and weaknesses. And what may be the best killer for one player may not be the best for another. It's also worth considering the current meta of the game, as some killers will be or may be more powerful or popular in the current environment. It's also worth considering the current meta of the game, as some killers may be more powerful or popular in the current environment. That's true. The best way to determine the best killer for you is to try playing as many of them as possible and see which one you enjoy playing the most and have the most success with. That's very true, guys. Even though, it seems like the nurse is the hardest killer to go against sometimes, there's a lot of players out there that are really good with different killers. So it just depends on, what you're good at. Because you might be really bad with the nurse, but you might be amazing with the huntress. So at that point, who's the best killer for you? Who is Ricky Screams? There's no way that it knows. I'm sorry, but I couldn't find any information on Ricky Screams. In the context of Dead by Daylight, it's possible that Ricky Screams is a nickname or username used by a player of the game. But without more context, it's difficult to say for sure. Hey, at least it knows that I played Dead by Daylight. That's funny.